Okay.
All right, y'all. Episode 2, for those of you keeping track. We are back in it as two barbarian tribes racing our way to Babylon for a little King of the Hill head-to-head action. I'm joined here by Reptilicus, who you may know. If you don't, take a look in the channel description here for a link to his channel, Discord, all of the above. And Reptilicus, how you doing, man? You ready for this?
You know what? It's kind of sunny out here in the Highlands. I kind of heard Babylon's pretty good this time of the year, though. Maybe there's a little bit more rainfall. I could kind of use a little vacation, maybe in a worse atmosphere, but I'd say I'm feeling pretty good, about this whole setup here.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good campaign. You'll get a little taste of everything. We'll do these battles together. We'll kind of hand out units and destroy this AI. We've kind of decided to do building up our factions. Babylon's definitely within the middle of us. Who are you playing again?
I'm playing the Lullubi, which are basically the Urartians, the infamous Iron Age enemies of Assyria, unfortunate victims of the Cimmerians, and for a lot of people, they're essentially the most important civilization in the Armenian Highlands before Armenia proper.
And if you know anything about Reptilicus, you know he's always bringing the history. So this is just going to be not only educational, but a lot of entertainment going as well too. So with that, it's my turn, and we'll go ahead and get started. At about turn 30, we've decided to open up the game to head-to-head, and we'll start to rush towards Babylon. And the first person to hold Babylon for 5 turns will be the winner. So for now, we're starting small, building up our empires, doing the things, and we'll drop in some advice and feedback about the game, and maybe pick up some tips along the way. So let's go ahead and get rocking. Just gonna build up my bronze.
If there's one
here.
thing we love, it's handing out tips for sure. And,
oh yeah,
just informing, right? We also want the viewers to see a little bit of the thought process here behind these totally brilliant and absolutely not dumb decisions we sometimes do.
How many hours would you say you've put into Pharaoh Classic and then Pharaoh Dynasties?
Why are you asking me this question?
Because I want to know that I'm not the only sick person in here.
Okay, chat, I might have a mental illness. I have 580 hours on Vanilla Pharaoh, and I have almost 200 on Dynasty.
Yeah, he's clocking up there. I'm about 300 total myself, with about 100, probably about 120 into Dynasties, and about 200 something into Pharaoh Classic.
Listen,
you're watching some sickos here. But we know our stuff.
I'm keep it real with you.
I stand strong.
It's mainly because I've been waiting for a Bronze Age game for I don't know, man, about 20 years now. And as much as the launch was mediocre at best, I wasn't gonna let that slide. I've been waiting for this, Now that the game is in a very healthy state, it's kind of time to kick it off, right?
Oh yes. Alright, it'll be a quick turn for me. Let me just kind of scrub through some of these quick actions. Always good to kind of just peek this. Diplomacy is just one of those things that you can't really sleep on. There's definitely going to be a time and place where it comes into play. More so as you get discovered by more factions and you're able to deal with them. But ultimately, you just want to make sure you're keeping your friends happy and not losing any faction with them. And we should be good here for this. Cool.
Right, yeah, when it comes to diplomacy, the interesting part here is that we're both fairly sheltered factions. But the moment we, I gotta be poetic here. But the moment we burst from our shell, from our bubble of isolation, and get discovered by this dangerous, brave new world out there. Dude, we are so royally screwed. People are just gonna hate us.
Oh yeah, I think we were both decided we'll probably go for the Marauder legacy.
Oh yeah.
And so we're just gonna barbarian it up in true fashion.
Listen, if they're gonna hate you, at least give them a reason to hate you.
Exactly.
Okay. Think I might. Oh, I am right on Assyria proper's border. Well,
they're pretty strong right now too, so
Looks like we might actually have a very big war soon, but the other Urartians are actually huge fans of mine, apparently. We're getting that good relation because of diplomacy maxing. And just like my general says, everybody has their duty. Okay, so let's see. What is my duty here? Well, not out of context. Let's see. We've got one settlement here that's left unconquered. These guys are obviously not open to diplomacy. Yeah, do I have anything to build? Well, I mean, there's always stuff to build. Do you have enough stone? Is a different question. I don't know. I'm not a fan of stone sometimes. I wish a little bit more interactive resource was there, you know what I mean? Simulating the Bronze Age trading is all nice through bartering, but it could have been a little bit more. I feel like stone is maybe not the most impactful resource. It feels more like a tedious hindrance in a way, but you know,
oh, absolutely.
It's fine.
But I mean, buildings need stone, dude.
That's true. Stone, wood, and people to get mad at you for forcing them to work.
Yeah, why don't you take a minute? You know, some people might be watching this that aren't too familiar with the game mechanics and kind of trying to get a better understanding. Like, can you quickly describe how workforce works when it comes to growing your settlements?
I mean, basically, there's like how do I? It's like getting asked this question in live, and I'm like, English is not my first language, so I gotta translate it in my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So basically, okay, so buildings, commands, passive effects, whatever, they give you workforce growth. The more growth you have, the faster a settlement is gonna grow. Like, no cap, right? But there's like a progress bar, so it's cumulative. The more growth you stack, the faster you're gonna get for that cap, and you're gonna get a point of idle workforce. Now, idle workforce is what you need to construct settlements. But also, if you actually have a lot of idle workforce, people are gonna be unhappy, they want something to do. That'll actually also give you more recruitment slots if you have more idle workforce. A neat little trick.
Did not know that.
Yeah, but basically,
I see at the top level, the top two echelons of here. Yes,
but basically, what you want to do, you want to stack as many growth buildings as you can, and if you have any hybrid, like let's say buildings that give you growth and food, that's like not bad either. You know, it kind of depends on the faction you're playing and the situation, because personally, I very, very, very much value growth because I know I can squeeze out all the resources I need from fighting and diplomacy. Sometimes I won't personally prioritize some economic buildings early game because I know I can just use the AI as a punching bag to get that.
Yeah, that's another good tip. And the reason I ask too is because I just basically had you voice over as I was scrolling through the options. I'm just going to cut this and clip it and then publish it as a video and get all the views. So thanks for the narration.
Oh, wow. Hey, listen. It was public. It was public, you know?
That's great.
I've been vindicated, man. I don't care, you know?
That's so funny. Alright, so getting into here, we are still plagued, unfortunately. You can check that by checking your pillars of civilization up at the top. You can see that there's a disaster going on. It's a disaster here. Event will last for one more turn. Part of that is recruitment -3, so I am slow going, building up my armies. However, once we're in peak form, we're gonna go ahead and go after Mario over here.
I will defend my home.
Yeah, you're gonna enjoy your desert gameplay while I have to slog through the marshlands of Mesopotamia.
Fun. Battle.
Yeah, exactly.
There's construction here.
We love sand until it gets in our shoes, okay?
Let's build a way station here now as well too. This will be good. Okay. Yeah, I mean these turns are pretty quick right now, but we'll be getting into some pretty nasty fights here, I'm sure.
I mean, I feel it's already starting to pick up steam now that I see Assyria is pretty strong. Obviously, they already start strong, right? But they seem to be even stronger than average. I feel there's gonna be a little bit of a roadblock here, so I'm either gonna have to say you only live once and fight Assyria, or I'm gonna have to unify a little bit more of the barbarians here.
The tribes together.
Urartians together strong. Oh. The enemy has become a vassal of Assyria. Now we have two options. Do we use our brains and peace out? Or do we prepare for war with a much stronger faction? I kind of want to fight them because I feel that's like more content.
Yeah,
but...
you also have me running your horses, which I mean, you know, humble brag. I feel like I'm pretty deep. I mean, anytime you got somebody else microing your horse and cavalry or chariots or even your javs, like we got that two-prong approach, you know, that I don't think the AI is expecting.
Listen, we're doing it for the content. We
there
are fighting Assyria. We are fighting major Assyria early on in a head-to-head campaign.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm joining the war, bro.
Listen, I've done a lot of dumb things in my life. This might be one of the dumbest. Oh, this is a very brutal auto-resolve. I'm just trying to figure out, do I actually want to take this one? Because I don't know where Assyria is, because it's like... Their units are not that hard to beat, but it's annoying to actually have to fight it out.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, do we have enough to crush through them? I mean, do you think minor settle? No, we're fine. We take the risk. We auto resolve. Nah. Settle. We want to give the viewers the epic field battles, unless they actually want the settlement battles.
Comment below if you want the settlement battles. But
yeah. Oh, backstab. My guy's been playing Rogue in World of Warcraft.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Maybe I can diplomatically cheese the AI here. I somehow don't think that'll be an option. I'm right on the border at Nimrod's. Okay, so I can do a massive brain play here, like monstrous giga brain play. I can technically give Assyria a settlement to avoid potentially losing my faction. Like, listen, if I lose my faction leader's army now, it's gonna suck, but it's definitely not the end of the campaign.
Yeah.
But I could, like, use a big brain here to avoid furthering the war. But I feel that's not exactly the most entertaining content, you know what I mean?
I mean, we're really just, you know, we're gonna put ourselves through the ringer, folks, all the viewers at home watching, enjoying this, and we do it for the viewers, you know. We're gonna just make this as most difficult as it can be. It's all about the content for y'all, so I just want to say thanks, Reptilicus. It's really, you know, really big on you.
I'm out here throwing my butt on the line to Assyria just to see how far we can push this gameplay. Okay, so now I'm actually gonna use a big brain thing though. I'm gonna spy on Assyria by embedding an informant just to see where their armies are.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I feel like that's something that's definitely underutilized as well too.
That is monstrously important. Okay, so let's see. I am actually at a pretty fair distance from Assyrian armies. We have a nice front in Armenia. The Highlands are gonna unify. We're gonna push back the vile Assyrian invader. Okay, let's see. Speaking of barbarians, maybe we can get some diplomacy going on. I mean, the other Urartians are actually open to a military alliance, but I don't want to trade my... I don't want to trade my settlements, though. I'm greedy.
Yeah.
So, let's see.
Don't play all your cards right now.
Yeah, we can't really do anything to kickstart our bronze production too much. Now, this turn is going to be a little bit annoying because I have to find a faction that actually has enough bronze for me to take advantage of that. Okay, there we go, perfect. We can make some treaties with Gutium. Okay, that's fine. There's more Mesopotamians nearby, and they don't really like me. It's nasty if I get attacked by Ikurma right now, because they're buddy with Assyria. And we kinda, you know, want to avoid fighting too much in Mesopotamia.
Oh yeah. And especially with that too, if you're trying to not get you know, the people to hate you of their vassal or their friends.
Exactly.
You can go ahead and release the troops and ransom them instead of executing them, because that will be a negative penalty for that other faction too.
Exactly. Assyria also happens to be in another war because there's an Akkadian faction on the opposite end of Assyria, Kare. So they might divert their troops from me, but I highly doubt it because we all know the AI loves to hate the player.
It's just anti-player bias? Nah.
No, in my game, nah, bro. I have to be lying, right? Okay, let me see. I'm gonna focus the settlement on bronze, and yeah, there was a little bit of a delay, but it was a massive turn. It was like honestly a massive turn here. So yeah, let's go.
I will defend my home.
I like to almost like metaphorically say that these first couple turns are like baby sea turtles trying to like hatch and just like get to the ocean, and they gotta avoid all the predators, they gotta avoid all the waves and just get to the sea.
Right. It's peak poetry, but it's so true, man. It is like so true. But it's like true though, for real. These first turns are the most critical because they just like make or break your campaign. It's like fairly so I'm just like saying in general, I'm not sweating right now. I'm chilling, I'm role-playing with my barbarian boys out here, but like if you're min-maxing, it's really, really, really hard to lose the momentum as a player if you like planned it all out. So
yeah. Okay, here let's go back.
Let's see. How's the desert front?
Desert's going good. We just set another ambush here. They're sending a 20 stack down on me. But we should be okay with that. Just one thing as well too is using this this top treasury, this treasury at the top where it shows your resources next to your food. You can click on treasury. Using this overview, you can check what you're currently trading, and then more importantly, what I'm looking at here is the expired barters, which allows you to kind of just easily one click to renew, and that'll open it up into the it will open it up into the diplomacy screen where you can do that trade really quick. So the issue is that what I really like too is that the factions actually have resources. So for example, with Irsu here, he didn't need stone before, and because I've taken all his stone, now he actually needs stone. So he's not so down to trade it anymore. So I really do like how each faction has a finite amount of resources.
We must be ruthless.
Yeah, it does give like a more dynamic element to bartering.
Don't need bronze.
And that also makes it easier for you to bully the AI because you know you got what they need.
Just go.
Alright, so I think that's going to be good there. Just kind of scrolling through the buildings. All good. Alright, so this ambush, I mean, I don't have any trees to hide in. It's only a 40%, but if anything, he can't see me likely right now until he gets closer. So hopefully this bait works again as it has in the past.
He can't see you, but is your time now? Yeah, this was... why did I have to throw in a goddamn John Cena reference? I don't know what's wrong with me. I have issues, man, okay? I play Pharaoh, you know I have a lot of issues.
This is the guy with 500 hours in Pharaoh talking right now.
Well, technically more now because Dynasties is out, but we do not talk about that. Dude, don't bring my hours into this. I was having fun recording historical content. Okay? Don't judge me.
Yeah, if y'all also just if y'all are unfamiliar with Reptilicus' content, you definitely got to go check that out. He just marries history, facts with entertainment. It's definitely the edutainment that we need and don't deserve, but he's here for it. And if you haven't had a chance yet, if you're watching this VOD, go ahead and take a minute, pause this video, hop on over and sub that channel. We did get this ambush.
So nice.
Man, I mean, we're all about friends. Let's see what we start saying when we start fighting each other, you know? I'll probably be like, yo, his content sucks. He's biting my tips, dude. He took that tip from me. He doesn't even play. I saw his hour play time, bro. It's only 2 hours. Don't listen to this guy.
Sucks. Bro is just gonna auto-resolve from the desert. Oh, hey, it's so nice to see you. Oh, my God. You put in so much effort into this diplomatical bargain right now, into this barter. Oh my God, that's so amazing. I can't wait to backstab you.
So the enemy did fail to spot my ambush, and I think while I could get this easy auto-resolve, I think it would be... You down to fight an ambush just to give the viewer some blood in this episode? Start us off here?
Dude, I'm all about blood.
Alright, it's happening then. I got you some camels too for Christmas, and it's going to be some good times because these jabs aren't even going to know what hit them.
Oh yes, my favorite, the farmer maxing moment.
Man, look at these. I mean, low-key, I played Babylon, and these farmers chopped my head off, and I had to take a walk around the block. I was a little shook.
So, if everyone is fighting, who's working on the field?
That's what I'm thinking, right? It should actually be like additional upkeep, food upkeep for those farmers, because nobody's working the fields. Look at this. Have you ever seen this ambush map before? This is pretty sick. I'm digging this little like mountain pass they got here too.
Wow. We live for desert warfare. No, honestly though, I actually haven't seen this exact desert battle map before. But I'm gonna be like real here. Wait, do I have a... Okay, I have a great angle I could actually go through with the camels.
What are you thinking?
I mean, I'm thinking putting like 2 on each side, and I want to try to herd the AI, the javelins.
Yes.
Like, basically, I don't want to get mauled by the javelins. That would not be a good thing.
Right,
I like my face, okay? It's one of my redeeming features. I don't want it mauled by a javelin.
I need this. One of the cool things about doing the co-op campaigns too is that you just saw I was able to gift him some units. So now Reptilicus is manning the camels, which is just really going to open me up to just focus on my front line here. We'll post them up. Another cool thing is on the upper right-hand corner, there's these map markers, which are pretty solid. And you can kind of use this to click and then highlight things on the map and kind of draw on this. So I can be like, yeah, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to jam over here. These guys are going to run this way. And, you know, it's kind of a neat little angle you can do too.
Yeah, it's there's also another angle when it comes to multiplayer campaigns. And I did say this previously, but I'm going to repeat it again. It's just so much fun. You're playing with your buddy, you're helping each other build up before it culminates in an epic war of global proportions.
Yes. Yeah, I think and that's it's gonna be we're gonna send our champions, you know, we're gonna bring our best, so I think that's gonna be a super fun time.
Exactly. And speaking of a super fun time, I don't think the Acadians are gonna have a good time now.
Yeah, not here. So we're gonna make sure to kind of just get this you know, both sides covered here. He's gonna be good on those. I got my archers up here on the wall using this natural lip here to just be dunking on them. I got my resupply camels up here, making sure to refuel the archers to replenish ammo. Good pickup.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, you ready for this? Because they aren't.
I was born for this.
All right, here we go.
I can't wait to march into the desert without a vanguard. Oh boy, what's the worst thing that could happen? Oh, not a camel ambush.
Not a camel ambush.
Yo, look at the momentum. The camels just massacre the javelins.
See ya. Send them to Mott.
Yeah, I don't know. Are there enough body bags in Mesopotamia for the amount of body metal?
Oh, one thing I've been really digging is the Blood and Guts DLC. With the blood in the river, I think is just so sweet.
Oh yeah, I mean this game really does offer you brutal eye candy. Like eye candy in general, like this game just does eye candy way too good. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Let's see if I can get the camels here to help you out by ramming that unit. I don't know, like I feel formations definitely make the camels a little bit buggy because I have given a disengage order ages ago and they just went through it like chariots, which is so weird. That's why one camel is running away, but that's fine. We're actually gonna do another cycle charge here. Let's see if I can help you, because the Acadian farmers are...
They're throwing down, man. They do throw down.
Yeah, the Acadian farmers are not harmless. Their lethality might be crap, but their overall stats are way too good. Ready to throw. I agree, random Aramean guy. I completely agree. Yo, but the Camel Raiders... I just love this unit.
Yeah, they definitely throw down, especially just, you can see them really coming into play here.
They're just way too fun. But you can also see how smooth they are to use in comparison to chariots, and honestly how busted they are in comparison to chariots.
Oh yeah.
Like, once again though, it's like a total war issue. This game desperately needs a new engine. Well, I mean, this franchise needs a new engine. I know it's been something that's been repeated to death by a million people in the community, but it's true though. It's like absolutely true. Okay, let's see if I can get, I mean, they got some pretty nice charges.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the javelins here are trying to fight back in close combat instead of, shooting. Let's see if I can disengage my riders. Yeah, I think I can get a nice charge here again. Okay, those guys are fighting the farmers. They got some pretty good. Okay, nice. Yo, I don't know. I'm just smoking them here. But I have to disengage. It's just not fun fighting the farmers, you know.
No, man, they swing those axes, man. They do not play.
Dude, we are the harvest, like,
yeah,
we have been manipulated. We were the play all along. Okay, let's see. I mean, I get a nice downhill charge into those farmers, but they didn't route.
Even okay, so, like, even though this was an ambush, it's still pretty close too, right? Like,
yeah, I mean the units are just like stat checking. Like a lot of the Aramean early game units are not that good.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the farmers are just brutal, and well, javelins are javelins.
A lot of units in those guys too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, we've shown them the fury of the sands, though. Here, I feel.
And we'll just go ahead.
Stay out of our neck of the desert.
Yeah, you don't want to come in here falling for these ambushes.
Exactly.
But yeah, this is a good pickup here. We'll just kind of take the time to clean up what we can, just to get them the most out of here as possible. Let's just kill this general for the for the viewers at home. But yeah, that was you know, still pretty bloody. So just to show that it's not you know, always just gonna be a cakewalk here for some of these.
You gotta ask yourself, do I want to try to be a little bit nervous here when I'm playing a battle, or do I just want that easy auto-resolve button? Okay, let's be honest. You're gonna click the auto-resolve.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is just an example.
Yeah.
This is also an example of where I would have probably auto-resolved this, but you know, I figured y'all wanted to see some blood, so.
And blood has been had on both sides. Yeah. Look at the camels, dude.
Ooh, 235 right there. This guy is a camel rider.
Bruh, I was trained for this, okay? Camels are my favorite unit. Let's ignore that they were running down helpless peasants, which are throwing really sharp sticks that are one-shot units right now. Let's ignore that. But,
yeah, I mean...
Yo, look at the kills on the archers. Those guys have no chill.
No. Perched up top.
We love to abuse the battlefield, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, you really... That's one of the things, too, is I've definitely had some fights where... You know, I took heavy infantry into the mud with my light infantry, and they got destroyed. So.
Oh yeah, the terrain is just brutal in the game. Honestly, the more you play it, the more you appreciate it. Especially if you tune up the settings, because I think you have an option to turn on the debuffs to extreme. Those are just monstrous.
Oh yeah, I think one of the things that's really cool about Pharaoh as well is just the ability to customize the campaign settings from. You know, I've
exactly.
In the Pharaoh Classic, I had played that so much that I was just like, how can I even kick this up a notch? And I went into the campaign settings and I turned it on to what I termed like nightmare mode, where you know, I was only able to recruit like a single recruitment slot. I couldn't run away. The enemies were all unbreakable, so you had to kill it to the last man. Definitely pretty sick.
Exactly. Yeah, I've tried doing kind of a nightmare challenge with the Hittites. Kind of on launch, but I didn't really feel the nightmare. But that might be because like Shupiluluma is not as hard as people made him out to be, like with his faction description. So I'm actually looking forward to trying out one of those Cataclysm challenges now with the game, you know, fully being out and stuff.
Yeah, what do you think about them kind of toning down the sea people though?
I mean,
I'm in the middle.
It was necessary for the health of the game because look how the map interacts now, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like, look at what the factions are doing. They're out there living out their best lives and actually fighting. You wouldn't really see this, see this without the sea people. So
told you guys, he's got the jokes too. Yeah, I think
exactly.
somebody made a good point where this, like, you know, I'm giving take. Like, I definitely missed that, like, oh snap, sea people's just game. Like, it's game time now. Like, I better be set. They're gonna light the world ablaze. But also, just with the frequent invasions that would happen, it's just like you never had a chance to really expand much because you always had to be like, especially if you're a coastal faction, you always had to be like investing in your defenses and keeping guys kind of back there as well too.
Yeah, you really have to be on your toes, basically. Which is not a bad thing at all. We like to, oh my god, I was gonna say something that could have been easily taken out of context. I'm gonna be silent here. I'm just gonna say we like to live dangerously, and with that, we're gonna try to kill some rebels for XP on the next turn, and we're gonna hope Assyria gets baited.
Love that. All right, big pickup. We got our first blue. We got light shield, melee attack +3, melee damage +10 for unit bodyguards. So, I mean, that's a nice to have here, but I, for one, just because of the lethality system, especially if this is like my faction leader, I'm not going to really run this guy in. Like, any type of combat he's going to be in is either like a last resort or kind of when the army's already breaking, but I don't know, I feel like it's almost not worth risking it at most times.
He's there to motivate your troops, you know. It's like, yeah, you guys are doing such a good job. I'm proud of you, right?
Except if you're like that last general from last episode that was asleep at the wheel until the battle was over for the enemy.
Oh yeah, that guy decided to wake up like from his nap 5 minutes before the battle started.
Was still putting on his boots and armor, dude. Running out there.
Wait, I thought this was tomorrow.
Wait a second.
What in Asher's name? Exactly. Yo, but I just love the unique assets for a faction leader. Like, look at the helmet and the shield.
Oh, it's solid.
You know what's one thing I actually really wish Pharaoh had? And this is like, I feel this should be like benchmark essentially feature for all Total Wars. In Attila, you could inherit your faction leader's equipment, like appearance-wise. Yeah, so that could have honestly been amazing if you're playing a major faction, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it would be pretty cool too, if say like with your faction leader, if you're able to pass down like a trait or something, you know, like...
Oh yeah,
that would
exactly.
Be kind of like some sort of like, you know, inheritance, if you will.
Let's call it a eugenics program. If
yeah, you know, just passing down the genes, dude.
Yeah, exactly. If you played like, you know, Crusader Kings free, let me just put it this way: a lot of the times you're gonna focus on just creating superhuman family members instead of ruling the kingdom. You know?
Oh yeah.
There's already traits in Pharaoh on the female characters, so I don't know. Maybe modders could make it happen.
Maybe
if
modders.
It doesn't happen naturally.
In modders we trust, you know.
That's kind of like been the key phrase for the franchise for I don't know how many years at this point.
Yeah, I've been just so like I always to me whenever I heard like mods for games, I was always like, oh, they're gonna be clunky, they're not gonna be safe, and like I've been so pleasantly surprised by things like the Old World mod for Warhammer 3 and just some of these other like mods that have come out that I've tried, and I'm just like, these guys are like not just like 13-year-old kids, and no, if you are, that's dope, but like these guys are like top notch.
Out of context.
Hey, in the sense of modding.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, it's just I've been like so pleasantly surprised with just like what they're able to do and how they're able to just like really add to these games.
Yeah, for sure. Like, personally, as an example, I wasn't really into mods, but I did have a revelation. My eyes have been opened, you know. And I decided to actually try out some bigger overhaul mods, like, let's say, for Rome 2 and stuff, and I figured out, you know what? This is just amazing, because as long as the mod is like not some ridiculous, overblown, out of proportion, like let's say giving you elite Spartan cataphract elephant archers, you know, like if the mod doesn't give you some crazy overpowered units, it just gives you an interesting venue to explore the game, especially if it's like a very interesting overhaul mod or something.
Yeah.
As an example, the original Age of Bronze mod for Rome 2, that is something that actually really opened me up for more mods. Because it's a Bronze Age game, and mod, and I was like, hey, I gotta try it, you know? I tried it, and I loved it, even though, unfortunately, it didn't have the best run, but it is what it is. Speaking of best runs, so we managed to...
This guy's the best at segues, just real quick, man. Thumbs up for the segues, dude. Just how you always bring it back, dude. It's so great.
Yo, where's the segue?
It's like when you are talking about one topic and then you like somehow relate it back to like, speaking of which, we got something happening here.
Dude, I can bounce stuff back, okay?
You are the king.
Nah, man, you the king. We the kings, and there can only be one king in Mesopotamia. So,
see you in Babylon.
Assyria, listen, Assyria is monstrous right now. So I can do kind of a pro gamer move and actually invade them, but I can also see them being cheeky and trying to probably send an army into the highlands. I feel the world wants violence. The world wants blood.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the world is probably gonna get what it wants soon. Okay, I'm gonna start moving to Nineveh, a very important Assyrian city, and we can probably try to set up an ambush or something. If it's the Assyrian launch army, they're gonna have some nasty stuff there. Meanwhile, I'm still rocking with Urartu levies because we just chilling in the mountains.
Just chilling.
We are just pre-Armenia maxing here, just enjoying our lovely nature and just chucking javelins and stuff in the pastime.
We got sharp sticks.
Yeah, exactly. We're just like showing up with sharp sticks. Meanwhile, Assyria is just technologically advancing. Now, to be fair, the kingdom of Urartu in the Iron Age was fairly... Well, it was a fairly strong military power. They definitely came to blow with Assyria multiple times. Sometimes they won. A decent amount of times they lost, but they still left their mark on history in general.
Yeah, we don't keep track of the losses, you know?
No, I mean, yeah, the Urartians were actually very important in the ethnogenesis of the modern Armenian people, and a lot of words in the Armenian language actually come from Urartian language, which is one of the only Hurrian relatives that we know of.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just a little fun linguistics fact out there.
Love it. That's why we're here. I was so pumped to be doing these campaigns with you, because I feel just it's almost like you know, playing Warhammer 3. Like I've always been a historic Total War player for the last like 20 years, right? And I was always a little apprehensive about getting into Warhammer 3 because I was like, magic, like, I don't know. But it's similar to after playing Warhammer 3 and kind of getting a little bit more familiar and just playing with some people that like really know the lore of that game. I feel like it's funny to say like, oh, there's a whole lore to the Bronze Age. It's like, bro, that's actual like history. Like, it's not like some fantasy world that's created. It's like, no, like, that's actually history, dude. So it's been really interesting to be like, oh, like, this stuff, well, Wetes is, like, basically, like, Goliath from, like, the David and Goliath story, almost. Like, and it's just like,
appearance-wise, I can kind of see that. Like, appearance-wise, I can kind of see that. But, like, yeah, he is a made-up character, essentially. But I guess that's what they were going for when they designed him. Like, this is just, like, giant, burly dude. But the Palace have a very interesting design in general. They're probably my favorite faction in the game.
Yeah,
like Pellicet and Sheridan. Like,
yeah, I'm a
massive
peoples are just real sick.
Oh, definitely well designed. How's the desert looking?
Desert's looking nice this time of year too. We do have a 20 stack coming in from now. They came in from the north. Now they're coming in from the east here, but I was able to really utilize my outpost. I had to quick construct one real quick with my gold just so that I could use it to slingshot my guy and get that movement back so that I can force march all the way back to my settlement that was unprotected. So we're feeling good about that, but that's really going to be the turn. One thing we want to kind of get on our radar here is finding a spot that I can raise, because in order to activate this Path of Power for the Marauder, you know, we need to raise a region. One thing is, with some of these starts as well too, we are a little bit removed from a lot of these kingdom-based royal traditions. You know, we don't start with any sacred lands, for example. So this looks like it's just going to be the Marauder life for me.
I can definitely support that lifestyle choice.
Besides, this isn't about colonization. This is about wrecking the world, getting everybody out of the way, clearing the fodder, and then just going at it with each other.
And you know what? From the ashes, a new world order is gonna emerge. That totally was not anarchist, by the way, I promise.
We need to, so the way we need to end this is we need to have the other person become a vassal. Whoever loses has to go to diplomacy and accept the vassalization.
Vassal, and then I don't know, maybe most settlements abandon, you know, just like burning it. I don't know, just like it has to feel climatic.
Yeah, you just have to raise all your settlements, which you can do.
Yeah, exactly, and that's pretty situationally useful. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, totally.
It is a bit niche though, but it is. Speaking of like useful, Assyria is. I don't know what to say. They're actually not marching against me with anti-player bias. Maybe I have an opportunity to take like Nineveh or Nimrod from them.
So are you going to war with Assyria?
We're already at war because they vassalized the faction I was at war with. Yeah, okay. So I've been kind of waging a little bit of a guerrilla war here against Assyria, just raiding them a little bit, you know, just preparing for an ambush.
Yeah,
I have a one general army, just chilling at ambush stands to scout one front. I'm at the other front, just preparing for a decisive battle.
Our business is.
Yeah, I think, because these guys, Kare, were, they wanted a non-aggression pact with me, and they're at war with Syria, too, so, I just was I took them up on it, too, but, yeah, I feel like even, you know, when people are talking about having limited resources and not having, say, income on a certain resource or not, like stone or something like that, really utilizing that, raiding feature and stance, in enemy territory can really help.
Oh yeah, especially if you optimize that, like, that stuff is crazy. Okay, we got some Mesopotamian rebels, and I like to call that free resources. Let's ignore that guy losing his head. Most of them are gonna keep their lives, you know, because they're gonna sell them off for, well, food, apparently. Not too much food, but, you know, something's better than nothing right now. Okay, so let's see. Useless warriors, valuable prisoners. That's gonna be our choice. No. Okay. Assyria. There's a tiny army close to Nineveh. And Nineveh is a minor city, but they do have Akkadian warriors. It would be a very bad idea to take that field battle. Settlement battle. So let's see. Do we have any good units we can recruit?
Born in battle.
By the way, can you hear me, or is my audio messed up for a second?
Oh no, you're coming in nice and clear.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so I'm trying to bait them with the raiding now. I can already tell you they are not enjoying that.
Get out of my lands.
I mean, listen, I'ma be real here. They have a giant stack moving towards, what are those guys? Kare, yeah. They have a giant stack moving towards Kare, and if I can take any Assyrian settlement, it'll be massive.
Oh yeah, when like, the cat's away, you know, like, that's the thing too, is just kind of understanding where, and I think that's, you know that because you have that spy network established, right? So really utilizing that, you can kind of see, like, okay, they're over-investing, they're all marching, now's kind of my shot. So I think that spy mechanic is really underutilized, and I'm glad you're giving it a showcase here in this campaign.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm trying to get a non-aggression pact with their enemies because the enemy of my enemy is apparently my buddy, even though they hate my guts for some reason. But so let's try to have a nice little barter agreement. Bet you Mesopotamia bros would love that, right? Don't you just want that juicy 97 gold?
Dang.
Yeah, you kind of do. Gold is pretty much a throwaway resource for me, so I'll gladly trade it for some bronze.
Yep, and for our factions in particular as barbarians, right? Like we're not. I would say I sometimes do like to save gold in factions where when the court system opens and there's like an open seat, you're gonna need that gold to be able to claim that seat. So I don't kind of use it too much until that's over, especially if you don't have any gold income. But for something like this, as he mentioned, it's like if you don't need it right now because we don't have the tunes to the units for the upkeep, like have at it.
Yeah, with the situation right now, I'm basically using gold as a diplomatic weapon.
Yep, rightfully so, and that's definitely a part of the game as well too.
Bring me the battle ready.
Exactly. Wait, I'm just gonna answer the phone for a second.
Sounds good. Yeah, there's like no ambush abilities here. Oh, here's a decent one.
The trail calls. Into hiding.
Okay, sorry about that. Just a little, yeah, might actually have to bail. Not yet, though. Not yet. We still have time to record the episode.
Cool. Yeah, we're sitting at about 50 minutes here now, too, so we'll just kind of do it at the top of the hour. Or
let's just see. Let's just see if we get some insane battle or something. Meanwhile,
oh yeah.
Like so far, not gonna lie, Assyria should be terrifying me, but as long as they're busy on the other side, I could probably do some cheeky stuff here.
I have no time for weaklings.
One thing I can notice, though, their cities are so hard to take, especially, I guess, if you auto-resolve with bloody losses, because they have, like, already tier 3 units defending them in tier 4, maybe.
Man, yeah, I think that's, part of what people need to understand is the pacing of this game, too. It's quite different, where you can't just start bulldozing, especially as a minor faction. Like, you gotta, take your time, be methodical about it, and just know that it's gonna take a little bit, but, if done correctly, making sure to take out some of these towers to lessen the garrison. You just really have to pick apart these other bigger factions.
Exactly. Meticulous planning will reward you in the end. Okay, let's see. Uh-oh. Looks like there's gonna be a little Aegean civil war. Ah, yes. We love violence, especially apparently in this case if it's politically motivated.
And on the other side of the world where we don't really have to worry about it right now.
Yeah, it would actually be hilarious if somebody just rose up as well against Assyria right now. I would just die laughing. Oh, this is actually not looking good for me, because one of their armies went into Nineveh, and I think the other one is going to Nimrod, so I might have to try to ambush them.
Ooh!
I wanted to just, cheap take the city, but apparently if they're marching back, I'll gladly give them a battle. Yeah, they're marching back from Kare, they're moving towards me.
Oof.
This might actually be monstrous soon.
Shamash has blessed me.
My destiny unfolds. I completely agree, faction leader. You're so based in faction leader build.
Man, I kind of want him to be my faction leader, dude. Like, you adopting over there, dude? You adopting dynasties, dude?
No. I'm just chilling right now, trying to enjoy my warriors here raiding Assyria. Let's see what we can... Yo, do I have an ally nearby?
We bow no more.
Okay, so I might do something that's either stupid or really smart. We'll figure it out in a moment. But there's an army here with a faction that's at war with Assyria. Let's see if they're in reinforcement range after I attack. Because if they are, I just got a free city.
Man, I love when the AI like reinforces and plays itself out.
I mean, it should reinforce me, but they actually don't reinforce me. I'm still gonna take the settlement though. Like, I'm gonna auto-resolve this because it's not a field battle. It went. Oh, dude, he just lost the line casually.
See ya.
Yeah, I expected it to be a lot worse, but this is not good for me though. Like, the auto-resolve was not worth it, but it's not over if I lose this army.
Yeah.
I do have another, so. Discovered Ninurta as a new god. Okay, and?
So there used to be a way, I remember, where you could almost, like, I think it was maybe in the building, like, settlement details or something, where you can kind of look at other settlements and see what god regions they were in. You were able to kind of, like, scout ahead and see, like, oh, here's where I need to go to unlock this god, for example. I can't remember where I saw it, but...
I mean, the God tab, I think, shows you where you can actually recruit the stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure...
yeah.
Poetry recital time. Dude, you literally just genocided a settlement, and the first thing you say is poetry recital time. What is wrong with my general?
Dude, he's all over the place, man.
He
doesn't like diplomacy. Slaughters everyone.
And is overall still a nice guy somehow.
Yeah, somehow he's just super chill.
Yeah, listen, the duality of man, and in this case, the duality of Urartian. So, we're okay with that.
That is too good.
Exactly, let's see. It's time to fill the ranks with more levies. Levies that throw sharp sticks, because apparently that's super high technology.
Yep, when all else fails, add levies.
Never back down.
And when all else fails, throw gold at people.
Yeah, more gold.
Okay, let's see. I'm worshipping Asher, and I'm pretty close to being able to devote. Can we actually construct a temple? Yeah, I think it's fine if I... Yeah, actually, let's see. Can we do a temple here? Maybe not anytime soon, apparently. So let's just go with a little shrine. Always useful.
Just a little shrine. Yeah, getting that devoted general off the bat's really, really spiky too.
Exactly. I am not choosing a Mesopotamian royal tradition. Leave me alone, game. I just want to burn the world.
Not happening, dudes. We got plans for that.
Exactly.
Alright, so this 20 stack kind of marched past my ambush here. They actually went around me and raised one of my military outposts. So I'm going to rebuild this. I'm going to use my gold to quick construct this real quick. And then they are in force march, and I wouldn't be able to reach them. But now I can, because I can basically slingshot off of this tower I just quick constructed. So just knowing that in a pinch, drop the gold to quick construct, and use it to reach your target.
We love dropping money and knowledge.
Oh yeah. That's what we're here for, folks. Just move this general up here. I really do like that 50% ambush chance increase that the lookout post gives. Real nice, real nice.
I mean, if it fits your playstyle, it's definitely a great building. Like, personally, I won't construct it every playthrough. It'll just have to depend on the faction I'm playing, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, nice auto-resolve. That was clean. They didn't know what hit them down there.
No, man. And that's the thing too, right? Like, even in ambush stance, the AI doesn't know where your army's planted, right? So, like, he just ran up there, raised something, not knowing that I was waiting in the wings.
I think I read somewhere ages ago that technically the AI knows, but it's coded not to. You know what I mean? Like it knows, but it.
Bro, the AI's like, come on, man. I know they're there. Come on.
Yeah. I think like the AI is like, I know, but I have to still go there if I'm going there. Like I know, but I can't let you know that I know.
Rough. That is so rough.
Yeah. The life of an AI must be.
I know. It's like, damn. That's a big loss for them too. That's probably their last strong stack army. So that'll be good for us.
Yeah, I mean, now that I got involved into Mesopotamia, like, my power is definitely increasing, but I need to try to get on good terms with the Akkadians here, which have, like, a minus 50 modifier against me, which means we are not going to be on good terms, ever.
Hattie will arise again.
Might,
I fight for my brothers.
How close are you to wiping them off the map?
Mari, this is kind of... I have to take out this... Well, actually, I probably... This watchtower is, like, not going to need to be... Or this fort garrison is not going to be too necessary. You can go ahead and click on the settlement and then hover over the settlement garrison icon here to get a read of what's reinforcing. So I can now tell within this fort it just has a single general unit in there. So I don't really have to take the turn to run all the way over there and siege it. I'm just going to go ahead and dive right in on this next turn coming up.
We love to go straight into the action.
Just straight in.
Yeah, and speaking of straight in, I think the world is about to not be so prosperous on the next turn. Yo, I am genuinely terrified if Assyria decides to invade me now, not because I'm scared of them, but because, dude, they don't know where they're going. That's good. Like,
where they just, I know, they just booked it, they just U-turned.
Yeah, they just went in the completely opposite direction. The Assyrian fears the Urartu the most.
That's what it is.
I like this. I mean, this is good though, because it gives me time to consolidate my power at Nineveh, so... Having an army of cavalry is not cheap business, okay? You need a ton of resources to feed this, and well, equip it apparently. So, dude, this... Yeah?
Oh, it was weird. As Bay, I was able to actually, for my royal tradition, I was able to select an Aegean one. But yeah, it was weird. I couldn't like. It was like, or for my ancient legacy, I think I was able to like select an Aegean one too, which was interesting.
Oh, was it with the customization option?
No, it wasn't. It was weird. I was able to select the Perseus the hero, but then because I wasn't, maybe because I hadn't discovered any of those factions yet, I wasn't able to like invite them to any games or anything like that. So I think it was actually kind of busted.
What's your power level? Because like the legacy has different power scaling, so you can't invite all factions. You can only invite very specific cultural groups. Like for example, at the lowest power level, you can only invite Greeks and Trojans, but the more you go, you can end up inviting all factions on the map.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so I guess it depends on your power level, basically. Okay, let's see. We need to exchange some troops here. We're trying to make a killer army. And well, by killer, I mean... please just give me units so I can kick Assyria out of here. I want to move on with my life.
We got things to do and places to be.
Exactly. And spamming cavalry is apparently our favorite place to be at right now. And also spamming some Akkadian farmers.
Maybe turn 30 was a bit, bit too early, considering minor factions were like picking away at these people. But the ultimate goal is to end up in Babylon here once we're a little bit more stabilized.
Yeah, and at this rate, I feel we're just gonna be soaring through it, to be honest.
Oh yeah, we're gonna start getting some momentum here too.
Yeah, I'm just renewing my barters. Why do you seek my counsel? Because I want money, dude!
Come on, man, I got gold.
Pleasure doing business with you. Yeah, of course. Okay.
This guy opened up a barter with... He has a lot of gold. and I opened up a barter with him. He's like, sack of gold, and I was just like, what the? How
bro
did
is
you
complaining,
know, dude.
Yeah.
How did you know you got gold, bro?
Exactly, dude. Like they're reading us here, and this guy is like, I hate diplomacy, but they still want to trade with me. So who's the real winner here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. This is a little bit of a big turn, but I'm gonna be real. This is quite the killer, one might say. Okay, nice little barter agreement. I'm sure you guys will have a fantastic time. Okay, there we go.
And it is definitely important to just keep those barters going. Keep that. It's its own mini game, this diplomacy thing, and even more so in this game. So just always making sure you're checking all the things going on, taking the time to do it.
Exactly. Personally, I'm in a very risky situation because I am very strong, but the neighboring faction has 2 full stacks, and they're viciously clawing at Assyria. So we might actually be fighting a pretender soon instead of Assyria proper.
Attrition. It's pretty nice.
I could have ambushed them and fight a 2-front war, you know, just for the stream. So I'm gonna have to weigh the risk here.
Born in battle.
Let's see.
We love to live dangerous.
Your heartless cause revolts me. Strike fast. Surrender or starve. No fear.
I agree with you, General. I think I can hear him from across the map.
Oh yeah. It's like, all right.
Megaphone, loudspeakers.
Do you ever fight much night battles?
I'll kill you.
I love night battles, and I would say they're just mandatory on higher difficulties, really. Well, I'm not gonna say mandatory, but it's a monstrous quality of life. Like, being able to eliminate, like, a reinforcing full stack is just, yeah, obviously huge.
Oh yeah.
Keep the pressure on.
So we will definitely have a massive fight here after this next turn, which will be sick. It's gonna be a big one here. Let's see. What do we
Yeah, I mean, I'm also waiting for a massive fight because I basically have Assyria with a full stack nearby, but I also have, like, which faction is this? Okay, Atura, yeah, with another 2 full stacks. So, not looking safe. No. 3 full stacks.
3 full stacks update? Oh my god.
Well, I might have provoked the hornet's nest soon. We'll figure it out.
We're just playing the game, man. We're just playing the game.
Like, I'm literally chilling here, and I'm thinking to myself, am I going to regret being born at this rate or not? But I guess it's something we find out soon. How much more are we going for the episode?
We'll just get it to my turn. We'll see if these guys come in and attack me, and then that's where we'll end it on that cliffhanger.
Yeah, sure, that's perfect. Yeah, I'm starting to get, like, I'm really gonna need a break because of the whole workday, basically. I have to start editing later. It's gonna be a nightmare.
Oh yeah.
But I had a lot of fun, dude. I had a lot of fun though. Holy
Hell
shit.
yeah, man! This is gonna be sick, especially as we get like later in game too, and even the lead up. I think when were you? We should probably publish these on like the same day or something like that too. You think, huh?
I mean, you mean what day specifically?
Yeah, or just like when you're gonna be doing the edits or anything like that. But all right, so here we go, y'all. We got the this is where we'll kind of end it here for this episode. We have an auto resolve that we'll probably end up taking, honestly, to start us off, but we may use this as a nice warm-up battle starting on episode 3. So just want to thank everybody for tuning in to episode 2. We are still alive and kicking. Reptilicus, he's got his hands full up there against Assyria, but if anybody can do it, it's him, and me using his horses to just demolish everything. So it's gonna get spicy. And Reptilicus got any closing words?
I have 3 full stacks next to me. It's gonna be 4 now. Send help.
Send help, like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Take a look at the descriptions in our videos for links to all of our channels and Discords and all that. And thanks for tuning in, y'all. We will catch you next time. See ya.
Peace out.